Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I am an international student from Nigeria, currently based in Cologne, Germany. I'm also an incoming PhD student at the University of Warwick in the UK. So if you're new to this channel, where have you been? Well, just joking. This channel is dedicated to talking about how to get full postgraduate scholarships into top universities around the world. So I've been presently awarded 5 international scholarships. So I use this channel to share my tips and tricks on how to get international scholarships. So today we'll be talking about procrastination. That is postponing the work we have to do for another time, not because of lack of time actually, but because of lack of motivation or interest. This is a problem that plagues both students and non-students alike. But today I'll be talking about procrastination as regards students, researchers, postgraduate applications, and things like that. So particularly how procrastination affects students and applicants, and how we can deal with procrastination. So first I'll be talking about the causes of procrastination, then how we can battle it. So the number one cause of procrastination, I think, is lack of confidence. So we put off writing a particular paper or applying for a particular degree or undertaking a particular research because we probably lack the confidence. We think we're probably not good enough, and whatever we come up with wouldn't meet up to the standard. So most times we compare ourselves with already established researchers, or with even other postgraduate students, or those who have succeeded in getting admissions or scholarships, and we were still struggling, and we were trying to compare ourselves with them. This can be quite bad for our motivation and for our confidence. So instead of getting into work, instead of getting into writing, we become dispirited and postpone the activity. So the solution to this actually is trying to build our personal confidence, our self-confidence. I would like to share a personal story of how lack of confidence can paralyze us from doing our work. Recently, I decided to write a paper on the subject that I consider very interesting. But along the line, I started lacking motivation and the drive to write the paper. So several days passed by, and I was still not putting any word on paper. Then I got an email notifying me that a paper I submitted in the past was recently accepted in an academic journal. And all of a sudden, I got a confidence booster, and I started writing this new paper I planned to write already. So what changed was that I lacked confidence, and the email came in and boosted my confidence. And all of a sudden, I had the energy and the drive to write this new paper, because I felt, oh, somebody's reading my paper and somebody's interested. Somebody wants to publish this paper. So there's probably something in me that interests other people. And that was the motivation I needed to write the next paper. So I think most people need to be motivated in order to undertake their work, in order to give them this new energy and new interest in their work. So most of you do not have this external stimuli like me, like this email coming in and encouraging me to take up the new academic research. So the most important thing to actually do is to look for confidence in yourself. Remind yourself of the trials you've gone through in the past and how you excelled. Remind yourself of how special you are and how talented you are. And this will serve as a drive, as an internal stimulus to push you into undertaking that task that you've postponed for so long. Another issue that might be impeding you from writing that paper or undertaking that research or applying to that particular university is probably the size of the work that you need to do. So there are lots of documents you might need to download, lots of things to read, lots of things to arrange. And if you consider this as a whole, it looks overwhelming, it looks large, and you do not know where to start. This can also be very paralyzing. So in order to overcome this, try to break down your tasks into little doable steps. So a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. So why not try to break down whatever grand projects you have, break them down into doable chunks, doable activities. Start reading one journal a day or one journal article a day. Start drawing a mind map or something. Break this down into doable steps, and before you know it, you are getting to the target, you are getting to the goal. So do not just consider the full overall project you intend to do, but take it task by task, day by day, activity by activity. This will help you to break down the activity, and it doesn't look like a giant in front of you that is undoable. So if you try these steps, I think things would look simpler in a way, things will look more doable and more achievable. Another thing you have to look out for is perfectionism. Some of us are perfectionists. We want to cross all the T's and dot all the I's and make sure everything is set 100% ready for whatever project we hope to undertake. But this can also be very paralyzing because things do not always go as planned. Things do not always go in a linear motion. There could be unforeseen circumstances. There could be several things we do not plan for, and things do not always go as we plan. So the antidote to this is that you should try to finish instead of trying to be perfect. Then when you finish, you can start polishing your work. So instead of taking time trying to prepare everything, making sure everything is in place, why not start first and probably at the end, or take some break to start polishing the work you've done already. For instance, when I wanted to begin this new YouTube channel, I was like, we have to get all my gadgets, the cameras, the lighting, the everything. I was like, no, maybe I should just start with my phone. I think it's just better. The most important thing is that I start, and along the way, I think I can get better. I can start improving depending on the feedback I get from the viewers. If people pick interest in what I'm doing, then I can continue and start getting the necessary gears and instruments needed to shoot a video. So I do not have to get a degree or a diploma in videography or write some very beautiful scripts before I start filming. But with just a very little idea, I can start immediately and get the message out there, and along the line start perfecting and polishing my talent. So you could do the same. Do not wait for everything to be ready, for everything to be fixed, for all the T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted before you start. But you can start very little. You do not need to be great to start, but you need to start in order to be great. So it is very important that you do not let perfectionism paralyze you from beginning your work. It is important that you start small, and along the line you polish and refine and make the work up to your standard. In addition, guys, you have to be careful of distractions. In our modern world, there are lots of distractions, things pulling us away from our project, from our books, and from our research. The internet is one of those things, and I'm not one of those people that will tell you to stay away from the internet. But I will say organize your time, create time for checking your social media handles, and also create time for your research. So you could give yourself little breaks. Probably after an hour, you go to your Facebook or your Twitter or come and watch me on YouTube, for instance. And when you're done, you go back to your work. But try to create time for play and time for work. For as we know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So it is good. I'm not saying do not distract yourself once in a while, but do not spend the most of your time on distractions, because there are lots of things out there fighting for your attention, and before you know it, you're spending 3, 4, 5 hours on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on the rest of them. So it's good you make out time. Probably you say from 6 to 7 I'll be on the internet, from 8 to 9 hours. So probably draw the timetable on your distractions. Actually, do not just draw a timetable on the activities you hope to do for the day, but also draw a timetable and take into account the time you need to spend on social media, on the phone with your family and friends, on the internet in general, or on watching a movie. So it's good you create time for distraction, so that your distraction doesn't affect the time you're using for study or for research. And guys, be careful of what I call tribalization. It means when you have a very important task to undertake, instead of doing that, you prefer to do something else, like going to do the dishes, doing the laundry, cleaning your room, doing the garden, doing something else. This is like a self-deceit. You're deceiving yourself that you're actually active, while the work you actually need to do is left undone. So for instance, I need to write a paper. So I come up with an excuse that, oh, I need to clean my room. My room is dirty. So I clean the room and I come, oh, I have not eaten today. I think I have to get something to eat. And before you know, I'm in the fridge. And before you know, I'm in the kitchen. And before you know, I'm in the garden. And before you know, the day is over and I've not done anything. So that is why it's also good to write a timetable and try to keep to this timetable. It might be a visual timetable where you actually write or type your timetable, or a timetable in your head that you stick to. So try not to let this small task, this trivial task, take your time. Or you're supposed to write a paper, but you're looking at the window. Oh, I need to clean this window, it's dirty. Or I need to polish my shoe. Oh, I need to call my mom. Oh, I need to do this. And before you know, the day is over and you've not achieved anything. So beware of tribalization. My final point today is that you should always surround yourself with people who challenge you, people who inspire you, people who will drive you into being the best version of yourself. So if you watch movies, if you read books, if you meet people that inspire you, you'll be generally inspired and very productive and active with your work. But if you meet or stay in the company of people like, oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. So you spend all your day languishing and before you know, time is over and you've not achieved anything. So watch channels like mine that would inspire you and push you into working, push you into writing, push you into applying. Listen to podcasts, listen to movies about how people undertook great tasks and came out triumphant at the end. For instance, I was writing a paper on presidentialism and decided to watch a movie about the White House, for instance. And I noticed that anytime I watch that movie, I come up with a new idea or a new approach of approaching this paper on presidentialism. So it's a movie, it's a distraction, all right. But I was able to plan it within my schedule. And instead of a distraction, it became a source of inspiration. So watch movies, read books that will inspire you and push you into achieving that task you've undertaken. So that's it, guys. Thank you for listening to this, and be the best version of yourself. Be motivated, be inspired, and I'll see you later. Do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not done that already. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me that I'm not just wasting my time talking to myself, but that these words actually affect you positively. So until next time, I will see you later.